Hello everyone, and today we will be reviewing and I'll give my general thoughts and opinions on the Schleich Great White Shark. So this is a newer iteration of the Great White Shark by Schleich. I think it was done 5 years ago, and I picked this up at Toys R Us when it still existed around 5 years ago as well for $5 apparently. And let's get started. So this is a Great White Shark now. Um, Past models of the great white shark for all companies, Papo, Schleich, Safari Ltd., had very stylized and very, I wouldn't say angered expressions, but now the newer iterations seem to be toned down and more natural-like. So let's start with the face, which I think is the shining point of this model. As you can see, it has a dark black eye, and then we have those very, very toothy grin. It doesn't need to be open all the way to show that it is full of teeth. And then we get very, very natural counter shading, as you can see. Oops. As you can see, there's very, very natural counter shading. There's like little splotches everywhere, and wow, just look at this. The counter shading is significantly more realistic than the Papo Gray White Shark. And the gray color is also probably a little bit more realistic. And then let's move down. More of this very, very, very exquisite counter shading up here. And then the tail kind of ends in an asymptote fashion, which isn't indicative of a great white shark. But I'll give him a pass. It does sort of resemble how the tail usually ends. Then we have our crescent tail with some few dark highlights and I think paint chipping. That's one gripe I do have with this shark. It's flexible and very almost like they put a skin over it, and it does chip fairly easily. Not fairly easily, but it just if you wanted to chip it, you could probably do it. You could probably do it easily. And there's more chipping on the bottom, but it's not too distracting. And that's why I put it below the Papo Great White Shark in terms of durability. Slightly below it. Without that, it would be probably the best shark toy on the market, but it really isn't because of the very bendy. That's what I'm worried about. Very bendy and hollow feeling things. But it's not. Once again, it's not too big of an issue. It's not super fragile. It's not fragile at all. It's actually pretty durable. But this does chip easily, the paint. And then just another shot of the head curving in. And once again, it's very simplistic but perfect. And once again, this is one of the few great white shark models I've seen with a natural counter shading. And that's about it. If you do see this in stores, I'd highly recommend picking it up. It's very inexpensive, and I do like the feel of it. It might not be as durable as other shark toy brands like Papo or Safari Ltd., but it has its own charm in its lightness and flexibility, but the paint does chip easily, so watch out for that. And that about wraps it up, and I will see you all in my next video.